Hey, Kris. Just over here.
Hello.
I guess first of all, just any changes to the lineup compared to the last game?
Yes, there'll be changes. Ryan's Nugent Hopkins is doubtful tonight, most likely not playing. So that'll be a change, and Philp will be coming in. He was planned to come in anyways on an emergency basis. And so, yeah, those are our two changes.
You have 5 games left. You got a lot of guys out, a lot of important guys. For yourself as a coach, I know you don't want to overlook these 5 games, but I'm sure you want to fine-tune things as you head into the playoffs. How much more challenging is that without, a lot of key guys out of the lineup?
Oh, it's very challenging, but a lot of credit to the guys. I think they've been playing extremely hard. I think we're missing is just the execution on finishing plays. We certainly had enough scoring chances to have more than 2 goals against Anaheim, but a lot of credit for the guys that have been playing hard in the right way. We got to continue to do that each and every night to give us any opportunity to win, and that goes forward into playoffs when we do have these guys back in the lineup. That we have to play the right way.
Hey, Kris, just can you give us an update on McDavid and Draisaitl? They were out there skating, obviously, but when do you maybe expect them to get in the lineup, and do you hope to have them before the end of the season?
Yeah, we expect to get everybody before the end of the season. Depends on when exactly, whether that's in a couple games or one of the last 2 games of the season. But those guys are, day to day to maybe a week away. So that's where the timeline is for them.
How much does clinching a playoff spot, let's say if you clinch tonight, how much does that take it into consideration if you're locked into that 3rd place spot?
Right now, we're obviously the most important thing is clinching, getting 1 or 2 more wins, and then finding out what our lines are going to be like, who's going to be playing together, and then finding our system, our structure, how we're going to play heading into the playoffs. And there's a good likelihood that we're playing LA in that first round, but I think for our team, we want to get an idea of what our team's going to look like, how it's going to play. And we've got so many guys that have not been playing the last few weeks. It's Draisaitl, McDavid, Ekholm, Frederick, yeah, so we've got a lot of things to consider before we hit those really important time of the playoffs.
What's Ryan Nugent Hopkins' injury or status?
He is sick.
Sick.
Yes.
So we expect that it's a very short term.
Very short term, yes.
Good. And you mentioned on the road that Frederick would get looked at much closer when he got back here. Did that take place, and do you know more about his injury?
He had his appointment yesterday. We have not heard back from the doctors today. So that should be happening probably within the next, it might be happening right now, but I have not got that information.
And Stu, timeline-wise? Sorry if I missed that.
Yeah, Stu will not back up tonight. We expect him to be back available on Friday.
I want to ask about Jeff Skinner. 16 goals for you this year. How do you feel he's played the last little bit here? Noticed he's not on the ice in a 1-goal game last game when you need one. Just the thought process on that decision and on how you view Jeff Skinner here as a secondary scorer with all these top guys out.
Yeah, difficult decision the other night against Anaheim, and depending on, exactly who you're going to take off. Henrique was out there for the face-off. Corey Perry's among our goal leaders. Lately, Arvidsson's among our leaders in goals. Nugent Hopkins is going to be on there. We have 2 defensemen. So we got about 4 guys that could be on or not on, and it's a pretty difficult decision there. And in that situation, Skinner was a secondary guy. Played some. Other guys was on for the last minute. He was not. But, yeah, certainly could have been out there. As for his play lately, I think he's been playing his best hockey of the year these last 2 weeks. Creating a lot of scoring chances. The play I'm thinking about the other night was, well, two of them. One behind the net, he set up the end mark in the slot. Another one had a really nice entry, set up Bouchard coming in late. You know, a lot of plays like that where he's been just so much more confident with the puck, making plays. And, you know, last couple of weeks, certainly since probably the McDavid and Draisaitl injuries, he had to elevate and we had to use him a lot more, felt a lot more confidence in his game, and he's been contributing a lot more.
So it's no secret you got, I mean, a pile of left wingers basically that are available to you potentially at playoff time, whether it's Frederick or Kane or all these guys. Like, he seems like one of those guys that is going to be in a fight for ice time come playoff time because you're a deep team. How do you view him and what he needs to do to make it a no-doubter that he's a regular for you at playoff time? Like, is he, in your mind, is he at this point, or how does he get there?
I think he continues to play the way he's been playing the last 2 or 3 weeks, continuing to chip in offensively, and his defensive details have been really good. And, you know, the way he's been playing lately is a pretty good indication of what we need and being an asset for us throughout the playoffs.
Calvin Pickard's your Masterton nominee for this team. I was just wondering if maybe you can just share your thoughts on his journey, how he came up last year. And he wasn't expected to stay. He was supposed to be a guy that comes up, probably go back down, but now he's turned into a pretty reliable guy for you.
Yeah, I think one of the indicators on that or descriptors is perseverance. And you think of a guy who's been playing in the league as long as he has, and pretty much as a third string or third goaltender into depth. You know, a guy who was used as a call-up but not a regular NHLer. Early on in his career he was, and then he spent so much time with numerous organizations. Same thing when he came to Edmonton, came here as the third goaltender, and then because of circumstances was elevated to be the backup, and now this year has played extremely well and used a lot more, and to reach that 20-win mark is pretty remarkable for a guy that's gone through as many stops as he has. You know, and I've said many times, he's a very popular player in the room because of his personality, but also his work ethic, and he's always there for his teammates. So I know our team, we made that announcement today in the room before one of our meetings, and the guys were very excited to hear that he was recognized for that.
Kris, I just wanted to follow up on Pickard, if I may. I just wonder, you know, he's a guy who got some playoff time for you last year. He gets 20 wins this year. How are you feeling, and now he's obviously getting this stint with Stuart Skinner out, how are you feeling about his game as an option for you in a couple weeks when the playoffs do start?
Well, last year I had confidence in him, obviously, putting him in almost a must-win game, 2 games against Vancouver, played very well. So, you know, throughout my time here, my confidence in Picks has just gone up. I've got even more confidence in him. So, you know, if that's the case, we feel that he's our best option to win a hockey game, then I'm confident with that. Right now, I feel confident with both our goalies that we have. Obviously, we've got one that's coming back from an injury. He'll have a few games to see where he's at, and then we'll evaluate going into the playoffs.